So men, if you're listening and you're like, what am I missing? Start to yearn. It's time to yearn. I was dating a boy in high school and he was a big yearner. Let me rephrase. We didn't date because he was yearning for me for 9 months. Long enough to carry
That
a full
is the
childhood
hard
term.
thing about loving a yearner is that you're probably never going to date them.
He would drive really far, like 30 minutes to pick me up from school. And he would have a new gift for me every time he picked me up. One time it was a Vera Bradley satchel. And one time it was a Juicy Couture watch.
Oh my God. What happened to him?
He cheated on me. So.
Because if you really think about it, yearning is taking yourself out of the present moment and thinking about somebody else. Oh my God, look at this pimple. Holy shit. And personally, I don't want to do that. Why would I want to think about somebody else when my life is so beautiful? Like, I feel like I should be thinking about my own life, not somebody else's life. I can't do that.
A man with too much time on his hand is a man with no purpose. He lacks focus. And typically, he's a man who doesn't make a lot of money either. Look, you can't have it all, ladies. You want a man who's ambitious and makes a lot of money. He's not going to have a lot of time on his hands. He won't be able to talk on the phone all day with you, but what you will have is stability and a man who can provide.
You know, you're hearing about why doesn't a man yearn for me? And you go back to the first clip where the woman was talking about, I don't have time to yearn for a man. So a lot of times when men hear that, and I understand what he's saying and I understand what Sarah is saying, but another, kind of piece to that puzzle is when a man hears he's not worth it, when a man hears, oh, she thinks she's wasting her time on me. She thinks that I should be happy just to be in her presence. She thinks that her just being around me is a privilege to me. I'm going to go work on what I need to do. Where are the men who yearn? You had a man who yearned in your face. You had a man who liked you in your face. But because y'all talk so stupidly on the internet and it's out there for everybody to see, men stop spending so much time with you guys. And when men stop spending time with you guys, the protection goes out of the window. The provision goes out of the window. Even conversing with you and coming up and talking to you, everyday regular things go out the window because you guys are losers.
I can't stand a man that acts like he doesn't understand what's expected of him off the rip. And he'll expect so many different things from you. That's the funny part about this. Oh my God. Dating in this climate is just so freaking funny because men will expect a laundry list of things from you. You know, they expect you to come dressed to the nines, looking pretty and ready to listen to whatever they want to rant about or talk about themselves the whole time. Yet, when you ask for something as simple as like opening up a door, or you shouldn't even have to ask for that, flowers, or for them to buy you something that you like, it's crickets. It's like you're speaking a foreign language to them. And I'm done. I'm about to start exclusively dating women.
Why do so many men really want to date children? Agreeable women are sexy. Agreeable men are not. This is weird, right? There's so many men online with this kind of rhetoric where they really get obsessed with turning women into either a child or a robot or just...
Well, isn't this what women literally say they want, is to be treated like children? I don't really see the confusion here other than you pander to women, right? Because women literally say these things and they go viral and women are like, yes, queen, yes. When women, say they don't want to pay for anything, well, that kind of sounds like a child, right? Women want to turn their brains off and don't make decisions. Kind of sounds like children. They throw tantrums, don't communicate with you and whatnot because they don't get their way. Sounds like children. It's got to be their way or it's no way. Kind of sounds like a child. You know what I'm saying? Can't hold them accountable for anything they say or do because, well, it's always someone else's fault. It's never their fault. And you can't hold them accountable. Otherwise, you're an evil man. They kind of sound like, they kind of want to be children. It's like a lot of them, and I'm not saying all of them, ladies, so, relax. But there's a ton of them that go viral very well, wanting to be treated like children and wanting to act like children. But when a man says that he wants certain type of characteristics of women or wants to date women in a certain age range because, hey, they're a little more agreeable or whatever the case may be. Oh, you want them to be, you want children, you want a child. Like, no. But what do I know? I'm only going off what women post online. But you won't call women out for that because, well, you got to get paid. So it's okay. Don't worry.
I got a bone to pick with y'all men. Why is it that y'all like to throw out compliments to women, telling them how beautiful they are and how you like the way they look and blah, 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 but you don't ask for their number? Like, can you tell me why that is? You just want to be nice, throw out a compliment today, or you're scared? Which one is it?
I have a question. Why do a lot of y'all black women belittle men when they're broke? Like, I never seen a white woman bashing her man because he was broke, like, ever.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you told guys to keep it pushing, compliment me or whatever, but, keep it pushing. Don't come and approach me, right? Just say, what's wrong with a man coming up and saying, hey, I like your shoes, or hey, man, you look really beautiful, and keep it pushing. Maybe pay for my coffee, maybe pay for my Chick-fil-A, my Starbucks, maybe pay for my groceries, but keep it pushing. Don't expect anything from me. As a matter of fact, there was a woman who was sick. A guy went by, bought her some stuff, some facial tissue, as well as some Pedialyte and some other stuff, dropped off and said, hey, I dropped off some stuff for you. I just wanted to make sure that you got what you need and I hope you feel better. And she was like, yeah, he did all that and he just left me alone. He did all that, just left me alone. Men, take notes. I'm not taking a note from that. I'm not about to get up here, do nice things for you. And instead of you saying, hey, thank you for this, we need more men like this. I really love the way that he looks out for me. He takes care of me. This is a man that you need to give attention to. You add the stupid stuff on the back of it, like, oh, well, he just did this and left me alone. He didn't have to do that. Now, I understand you're probably saying he didn't expect anything in return. He just, let me be sick and I'm going to try to, I hope you're saying I'm going to try to do something for him. I'm going to try to reciprocate. Hey, man, thank you for taking care of me when I was, sick. You didn't have to do that. Let me take you out to lunch. That would be the right thing for you to do. But I know as modern women, y'all probably won't.
You guys are going to hate me so bad when I tell you this. And I want to grab your face, your hands, just hug you and let you know that these men are not in relationships most of the time for love. They just want you so they can just do the do. That is literally it. And use you for labor, free labor. That's what it is. Think about everything you have to provide for a man and then what he's supposed to do for you. And then think about how much he's not doing that for you. There's a reason why he needs to get his money up to be able to provide, because that's making up for all the shit you have to do for him. Like, these men don't care. And you can ask these women, they'll be in the comments. I promise, swear to God. They will tell you from marriage, relationships, even now divorced. A lot of these men, unfortunately, would just SA them. Like, just immediately they're already on some sexual. Don't even ask, just do it because you're my girlfriend. You're my wife. Why wouldn't you? You love me. This is like your job. That's how they view you. That's literally it. That's why I'm like thinking, and I'm telling you guys now, Disney lied to you guys. Please deconstruct and think about this, okay? You think it's happening ever after whoopty-doopty, damsel in distress? That's what they want you guys to be like and act like I can't do anything for myself. So that way, when he finds his victims vulnerable and weak enough, he can be able to mold her how he wants. And you'll do anything because he loves me, though. He just bought you Chipotle and just like gave you back shots because he didn't want to see your face. So you can imagine about a different woman. And you said, yes, this is the love of my life. Oh, brother. We'll never be free, will we?
Tell me what man goes months and years without sex until they find the right person.
Every man.
Stop the lies!
95% plus of men on this planet.
On the planet.
Have that exact experience. I'm just telling you the truth. Most men on the planet Earth don't have access to...
What about brothels?
They have no money!
Yeah, but they don't have the money. Cost of living, Cost of living. We're not in like some third world country where you can do it for like £10 or £5, bro. Like,
even then they can't afford it.
Women are going crazy, guys, because they can't figure out why you're not going up to them anymore. Guys' eyes are wide open now, right? They're wide open. And they're starting to say, well, you know what? I used to think it was worth it for me to just put myself out there all the time because, I wanted to take a girl out. But now I'm realizing you got the gold diggers, you got the women who want the free meal, you got the women who expect me to do everything, but in return want to do nothing. You got women who are saying, what do you bring to the table? But when you ask them, they get insulted. You got women who don't, you can't even even talk. You talk about, oh, yeah, you had 400 boyfriends before and you slept with all of them. They get defensive. Maybe I just don't need to pursue women right now at all. That's what's happening. And I'm not saying that's good, by the way, because ultimately I'm someone who believes in, men and women complementing each other when men are in their masculine and women are in their feminine and coming together and making a big, beautiful family. But this is the reality that's happening right now. And I understand why. Guys have had enough. So ladies, you want it to change. Instead of making a stupid TikTok video and complaining about it, act different. Act different. Look at your life and say, am I prioritizing stuff that guys don't give a lick about? And then complaining that they don't give a lick about me? Have some self-reflection in the game. Is my attitude shitty? Did I make 4 TikTok videos, ripping on a guy the other day that I went out with, and now other guys are looking at that saying, oh, I'm not going to be, I'm not getting in line for this one. Self-reflect instead of bitching about it. Oh, well, he doesn't want me because he doesn't appreciate a woman who makes a salary like blah, 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 blah.
Guys, I love a man who begs. I said who begs. Like, I need you to beg. Like, I need that begging. Like, I need that yearning. Like, I need you to be like, longing for. I need you to start singing outside my window with a jukebox. That's the type of begging I need. I need that begging. That's serious. What, are you mad? That's just, I'm not eating for 3 days hunger strike begging because you went to. I need that.
And once again, what does a guy get if he begs? What does a guy get if he opens up his heart to you? What does a guy get if he's vulnerable with you? Other than what we just talked about being done. Modern women out here, sitting up here, talking silly, acting crazy, getting on TikTok, talking about men. Oh, well, he did this, and like she said, ripping into men, tearing into men. Oh, he did something weird, and he didn't really even do anything weird. He just asked you a question that you didn't agree with, or he voted for somebody that you didn't agree with. And instead of being mature enough to handle differences, and okay, well, I personally wouldn't have voted for him. Why would you vote for him? Well, don't look at me like that. Well, don't look at me crazy. Well, I'm just curious because I voted for X, Y, and Z. Well, okay, well, how about this? I tell you who I voted for and why, and you tell me the same. And I'll tell you my reasons. But you can't judge me for that. Oh, well, no, you can't judge me for that. All right, then. Modern women cannot be civil. They cannot be civil. They're like rabid. They're like rabid dogs. Rabid. They just foam at the mouth with foolishness drooling down the side of their cheeks. That's what these modern women are. A bunch of issues, a bunch of problems that men stay away from. So no, you're not going to find a man that's going to beg for this type of woman.
The 40-year-old man going after the 18-year-old woman is not about the woman. It's about getting young-looking women, right, and for that man to use that to up his value as a man. And I think that is what women actually have a problem with, is men using women.
I'm not thinking about that. I'll tell you why. Because I have perspective on this, right? Because when I was 40, dated plenty of 20-year-olds, 21, 22, 23, right? I'm not looking at any kind of long-term future. I'm just looking to have fun. Like between 20 to 30, I was actively seeking out.
Why?
Because that's what I wanted. Because that was my preference.
But why?
Because I felt like those were the women that I was more attracted to.
Would give you most validation as well, too, to being a man with high status and high value.
No.
You can be honest that you're attracted to them, but I think you need to be honest that choosing those women also upped your value as a man.
So I'm guessing you got on a podcast to listen to him, and it doesn't seem like you want to do that, even when he's trying to tell you what the reason is. That's interesting.
Why is it always, hey, ma, how you doing? And never, am I more than you bargained for yet? Oh, so mommy, I'm watching YouTube from the closet, wishing to be the friction in your jeans. What happened to the yarn?
For my girlies, what is that mental illness called? When a man doesn't want you, it makes you want him even more? Like, and then a man does want you, and you're like, ugh. Like, what? It has to be mental illness. Like, this man is showing me that he has no interest, or like you feel like he's pulling his energy back, and it makes you want him even more. Like, what? Why?
I love when men yearn. Let's bring back men yearning for a woman, like doing anything for them, wanting them.
They're getting too confident and cocky.
What? Oh, men lately?
Yeah.
I know.
Men need to be put in their place. They need to realize that they have to worship women.
Agreed.
As a society, we need to bring back men who simp and men who yearn. Like my dad, every time I'm home, my dad is the OG simp and yearner for my mother, and honestly for his daughters. He does everything for us.
I thought by now some of y'all would know the difference between a good man and a simp, but it seems some of y'all are still confused. Let me try to help you out. Your dad is a good man. Your dad is married to your mother, and he takes care of her. He honors his vows. He does everything he's supposed to do as a husband. He takes care of his daughters because he cares and loves you guys. That's a good man. A simp is someone who sends you a DM. You don't respond. He wakes up the next day, sends you another DM. You still don't respond. And this goes on for weeks. And he's talking to himself in your DMs. A simp is someone who would just randomly send you money in hopes that you would talk to him and give him attention. That's a simp. There's a big difference between a simp and a good man. If you're in a relationship with a woman and you go above and beyond for her, which you're supposed to, it doesn't make you a simp. It makes you a good man.
If you don't get me flowers, like after a week, you're not my type. Like, that's just how my mind works. I like romance. I like yearning. I don't like lust. I feel like romance is like you're literally, you just have it in you. You have it in you. I want you to look at me and you're like, how can I make her day easier? How can I make her day more romantic? Like, what can I do to make her happy? And I feel like that's what romance is. Like, you're just yearning to make your partner like, ooh, I like feel it. You like, feel it. And, you know, I was thinking about myself. I was like, damn, am I someone that can't keep a man? And it's like, no, a man can't keep me. Because once you're not doing the romantic stuff, like, you don't like me enough, and I'm just going to go. I'm going to dip. Like, I need yearning. I need you to, like, adore me and love me after, like, 0.2 seconds. Not like the toxic way, but like just a real yearner and romantic man, you know? And I just refuse to settle. I'm gonna get my romance. I'm gonna get it eventually.
But men are tired of that. They're tired of always having to have y'all on their minds. Like, I don't want to continue to think about you all the time and you never think about me, because that's exactly what's happening. You guys are not thinking about men at all. There's nothing about a man that you're thinking about. You want a man to be focused on what you want, but you're never going to give that back to a man. That's the problem. You're never giving that energy back to a man. Why not? Why not? You want a man to continually, over and over again, well, what do I need to do? What more can I do to win her love? What more can I get her? What more can I say? How can I put it? And read books, go through hours of footage, hours of movies that are romantic, books that are romantic. ChatGPT, tell me how to say this so eloquently and elegantly, but make it sound like me. And read the whole script, memorize the whole script like you're William Shakespeare, and whisper that in her ear while she's cooking spaghetti. No, I'm not doing that anymore. You used to do that. You used to try to go out there and think of something romantic, have romantic things planned, but then y'all start talking about it was the bare minimum and not saying thank you and being actually legit grateful. And that's when men stopped doing that.
What happened to men who yearn? Men who yearn have learned the power of discernment, because yearning is obsessive, unhealthy behavior that serves as nothing more than an emotional detriment, which is why a lot of men now realize it is much smarter and much safer to wait for initial and consistent interest from the women that they like. On top of that, yearning can even be considered a form of pedestalization, and objectification, because when men yearn after a girl, sometimes they're actually just interested in the chase and the fantasy and the idea of the woman and not who she actually is. Also, ladies, I am so sorry to break this to you, but the men that you want to yearn for you are not going to do it because they are most likely super attractive, have options, and are being yearned after by multiple women. Why would they yearn for somebody when they don't have to? Like, you know what I mean? The men that yearn are the men that usually don't have options, right? Are the men that don't believe that they have abundance with women, so they have to focus on the one girl that was nice to them that one time, hoping that all of their yearning and nice behavior will earn them a date or some kind of affection. So yeah, a man that yearns is a man that earns nothing but pain.
It's genuinely getting to the point where I want to like somebody for at least 3 months before I do anything about it. Before true romantic intent is expressed, before a kiss is had, before anything seriously considered, before there is any bedroom anything. Call me a Puritan, call me preposterous, I don't know, maybe I've been watching too many slow burn romance shows, K-dramas, whatever. The amount of time that in the past it's taken me to start like fully being in a relationship with someone and like being all about it, that's the amount of time I now want to take before I let them like caress my face gently. I want that to be a huge deal. And so I raised the question, whatever happened to just liking somebody and letting that be that? Of course, as humans, we get caught up in all these like fantasies about whoever we have a crush on, and it's like we want more so bad and da da da. But there's such a beauty in staying in that emotion for a prolonged amount of time. We always have to be careful about like not putting people on a pedestal or making it about a fantasy of them, but I think it's so beautiful to slowly experience liking someone and having it be mutual and reading the undertones and having things be unsaid. And again, I'm not trying to be some sort of Puritan. I'm not saying wait till marriage. I hardly believe in marriage. I think slow burn is the move. And I think that's how I nurture my loving heart.
Well, the key thing you said here is having it be mutual. And a lot of times it's not. And so that's why a lot of times men check out. Men stop yearning because it's 100% me doing everything and it's like 0% you for about 3 to 4 months. I'm not going to be doing that. And even now, men are expecting you to show up sooner. Hey, man, I've been taking you out on 3 dates. Show me that you like me. Show me that you're interested. Don't be out here playing games. And modern women don't like when men hold them to a certain standard.
If you needed another example of why you shouldn't lower your standards, here's another one. My little brother, 21 years old, never had a girlfriend before in his life, is gonna go visit her today. Unprovoked, comes to me and goes, I think I want to buy her flowers. Should we go get her some flowers at the store before you drop me off? Mind you, again, untrained. He has never had a girlfriend before. This is just instinct. He's like, I want to do something nice for her. And I'm driving him to the bus station so that he can go trek her. We're driving through an absolute motherfucking blizzard. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it's all white. You can't see shit. The roads have not been cleared. The car is drifting. Like, I'm literally hanging on for dear life. We probably almost died like 3 times. All he's saying to himself is like, well, I hope the bus isn't canceled. I hope the bus isn't canceled. Because he wants to see her. Not only did he go out of his way to buy her flowers, unprovoked, just instinct, and a bottle of wine. Also, his only worry was actually getting to see her. He didn't even care about his own safety. He was like, please just don't have this bus be canceled. This is not proof that if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Guys who have no experience, don't know what they're doing, but still like you, will just do it. It'll just come naturally to them. They'll want to show you love, show you affection. They'll care to actually see you. Thoroughly, I'm impressed with him. I think that is the sweetest thing ever. And so when there's grown-ass adults who are like 25, 30 plus being like, oh, I didn't know you wanted flowers. Like, don't play dumb with me. Don't play dumb. It's like willful ignorance. Like, you guys know what you're doing. You just don't want to do it because you don't like the person enough. And the excuses, like, they just don't work anymore. When my little 21-year-old brother can do it, you guys can do it.
Well, it's actually not unprovoked. This is what society says. This is what TV says. You should do this for your woman. I would like you to mentor your brother now and say, now, this is how you do X, Y, and Z. If she does this, we'll talk about it. But here's what you do for a woman. And let him go. Let him go. See him off. Now, hey, tell me, I want to know how the night went. You come here and you tell me how the night. Oh well, I don't care if I'm asleep. You come in there and you tell me how the night went. I want to know about it. If you can't wake me up and I'm knocked out, and leave me alone. But tomorrow I want to hear about it. And when he tells you about it, okay, great, fantastic. If everything is great. But if there's something wrong, like she's mistreating him, or she's pulling back on something, and she's not reciprocating, okay, that was great. I want to give you a heads up. Keep on doing what you're doing. But, and if it's the first date, you might let him go, because he's young and he's learning. He got to learn. You can't baby him. If it's the first date, you listen to him and okay, maybe you don't say anything, but you make him in, oh man, you're doing great. And he comes to you the next time. So you'll open up that path for him. Okay, I want to get her this. What should I do? This, and this. And you just let him go, because he got to learn. And so when he gets to about 2 or 3 dates, so how's everything going? Oh, it's going great. Okay, what is she like? Tell me how she is. I want to know about her. Can I see a picture? What's her name? Right? You probably already know all that stuff, but I want to know about her. Does she do this, and this for you? Just gradually, just subtly. Well, I mean, you're bringing her all these presents. Well, what does she do for you? Has she, written you a card, or maybe bought you a gift card to your favorite place that you like? Oh no, this isn't okay. And make a mental note of these things. And if this goes on for a couple months, 2 or 3 months, where it's only him putting out there and she's not doing anything, you might sit him down and say, hey, I think you might need to ask if this girl really likes you. And I think that y'all need to have a serious conversation about that. Just like y'all say it's on men to protect women, it's on you to protect your little brother. A lot of these modern women are even at their age. He's 13. There was a young lady that was 15 sending a young man a team request for $100. She was 15. Mom saw it and blew a gasket. So I want to make sure my brother is not being done wrong. That's what you need to be doing.
Men used to really yearn for women. You used to get in a fight with a man and he would be outside your house with a boombox in the rain, singing his motherfucking heart out, begging for you back, as he should, right? As a real man would. Now you get in a fight with a man, he's texting you, I bet. Now he's matching your energy like he's a motherfucking girl. And you know why? It's because you guys let these men dog walk you in relationships, and they know they can spin the block whenever, because they know your program is far from strict. They could fuck up and then text you, what are you doing? And you're going to fold. You're going to text them back, and you think you're doing something by waiting a few hours or a day to respond to their message, but you're still responding. You're still taking them back after they treat you like shit. And that's why men don't yearn for women no more, because it's just too fucking easy out here. It's too much access. It's too much accessibility. And it stresses me the fuck out. Y'all need to get way more strict with these men. Like, the first fucking time they move funny, move out the motherfucking way, right? Make them big. Oh my God, please, I'll never do it again. Y'all don't even scare these men anymore, because within 48 hours, they're back in your bed. Back in your motherfucking bed after they just exchanged bodily fluids with somebody else. Yeah. That's why men aren't yearning for women no more. So please do your part. Put down the dumb bitch juice. And let's bring back making these men work to be with us. Because loose boundaries won't get you anything but a loser man. Okay? Okay.
As a society, we need to bring back men who simp and men who yearn. Like my dad, every time I'm home, my dad is the OG simp and yearner for my mother. And honestly, for his daughters. He does everything for us. This morning, I was just gonna run out and get a coffee, and he was like, oh, the windshields have ice on them. It frosted last night. Let me go take care of that for you. Goes, puts on a coat, puts on shoes, goes outside, warms up my car, moves it closer from the street, opens and closes the windows, everything, so that when I got in the car, it was good to go. He's the kind of husband who brings my mom a chai tea latte in bed every day, because he gets up early and she sleeps in. And then he makes her a smoothie every single day. Like, he he will drive me back to Chicago if I don't feel like renting a car. Like, they just don't breed them like this anymore. Like, men used to go to war, and now they go to shows and watch other boys push buttons on a little screen to make music.
Ladies, I got one for you. We say that we want real men, but when real men present themselves to us, what in the world are we doing? Now look, I want you to listen to this gentleman, because not too many men will share what he's sharing. And the ones who do, listen to this gentleman, you guys.
Hello, what's up? This RG. I had to come on and make a comment about this one. I just seen a video on TikTok, and it was a young lady saying, "Stop approaching women you know you can't afford." She said, "You already see a lifestyle, so why would you even dare to approach her, knowing that the minute she asks you for some money, you know, you got a problem with it?" Well, I just had to elaborate a little bit, and I kind of want to say that's one of the problems we have today with dating. People say the dating pool is stagnant. It's horrible out here dating. Women and men say it. When men say it, this is what we're talking about. You know, women leading with finance, women leading with money. I mean, I'm out here trying to find a wife, a companion, a partner, not to finance her, but to love her, to cherish her, to protect her, to have someone to live the rest of this life with, and to share the rest of this life with. Yeah, do money come into play in that? Absolutely. We're going to spend some money, right? We're going to spend some money on trips. We're going to spend some money maybe building some businesses or even building some houses. Who knows? But we're going to do that together. We're going to plan on that. We're going to write up blueprints and strategize on that. But don't come to me leading with money. The minute a woman come to me leading with money and finance, she's the wrong person for me. Because see me, I am looking for someone that has the intellect, the love in their heart. We have to have great chemistry and the frequency. I mean, when an orchestrator orchestrates a band, all of those movements that he's making those movements to make sure that the band is on the same frequency. I want to be on the same frequency as my woman. You know, that way we can make some beautiful music together. So when I see these young ladies leading with what you bring it to the table, or do you have enough money to afford me and all of that kind of nonsense, you stay where you at. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. No disrespect. If you need a baller or a drug dealer or a millionaire, good luck finding that and good luck having that, because it don't last long. Okay? I mean, we need to stop that BS, man, and start looking deeper than looks and deeper than pockets. Okay? I love for the heart, for the mind, and for the soul. I don't love to finance you or to see what I can get from you. Okay, so I just had to make a video on this because that one kind of touched home for me, because I've been single like almost 5 years now, and every time I meet someone, every time I think I have a potential partner, they lead with money. They lead with money. I mean, the conversation, I haven't even met them yet. We just having conversations over the phone, and it's always end up probably the first half of the conversation or the second conversation. They start telling me all their financial problems and what they need, and that's a red flag for me. Okay, because if that's all you need from me, then it's not me you need. Anyway, this is RG with a real life, real topic moment. Give me some comments. Tell me what y'all think about this. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
And what he's talking about is going to make men yearn. There was a young lady a few minutes ago talking about how her dad would bring his mom or her mom chai tea or something like that in bed, and she slept in and all that stuff. You told us what the dad did for you, and that's not simping, by the way. That's him taking care of his wife and his family, which is what men are supposed to do. I don't think y'all realize that men are very clear. They're very clear on what their role is. I know I'm supposed to protect and provide. I might not know what it looks like, but if you stick around and you show me how you want it done, I can do it. If you stick around and show me and you respect me, I can do that for you. I can be who you want me to be. I can be who you need me to be. But be respectful to me. Reciprocate. I'm willing to do anything for you. Anything that I can. Within reason. Right? There might be some time we just don't have the money for it. Or we don't have the resources for it. Or we don't have the bandwidth for it. I can't do it then. And I hope you understand that. But you guys, in order to start getting some of these things, you got to put in. You got to have some skin in the game.
I had a woman disagree with me on my predictions of 2026 dating, which was the era of yearning is back. And she goes, Tiana, I just don't think that that's going to happen because men just don't yearn over women in the way that they used to. And the interesting thing about this is the reason why men don't yearn over women is because women now, more than ever, have been tolerating disrespectful behavior, but staying. Not saying anything and staying, putting up with it, not speaking up with the things that they don't like, allowing behavior regardless of how they feel about it because they want to stay with that man. Now, this is why women all over are struggling with the general population of dating or the general population of men, is because men have been conditioned through what women allow that they can just do whatever the fuck they want. And granted, this is not about control. You're not supposed to control your partner. It's actually an equal give or take, and it's supposed to be respectful both ways. But if you want the era of yearning to come back and you want men to start treating you more respectfully, every single one of us as women have a responsibility to not allow disrespect, because we raise the collective consciousness of what women believe they are worthy of and the level of respect that we believe that we deserve when it comes to receiving a partner. Because think about it, if the man who dates 5 women, right, 4 of those women don't allow that bullshit, like, amazing. Now the standard has been raised and he knows he has to show up differently. But if it's 3 or 4 women out of 5 that are allowing disrespect, that 5th woman is going to cop that same amount of disrespect. So it's our responsibility as women to not allow disrespect so that we can then call in better behavior from partners. And the same thing goes for women with the men who allow disrespect.
Hot take, but why are we romanticizing yearning? The word yearning implies an element of the feelings not being reciprocated. I've never heard somebody say, oh, I want to yearn for someone, at least not as much as I hear, oh, I want someone to yearn for me. I don't want to yearn for anyone. That means, again, there's an element of unreciprocated feelings here. That sounds painful. The romanticization of it is crazy. Not to mention, what if the wrong person is yearning for you? That sounds like a nightmare. Do not come in the comments talking about some BP shit, okay? That sounds like a nightmare, though. This generation is deadass so delusional. They will romanticize the most unhealthy dynamics. And dare I say, egotistical as fuck. You want someone to yearn for you, to dedicate their souls for you? First of all, in practicality, that shit is not as fun as you think it is. And it's generally unhealthy. This propaganda of wanting like a man to yearn for you, to wait for you, to always remember you, that shit's not healthy. Learn how to move on, goddamn.
I need men to stop trying to explain to us what we want in a man. So if you haven't heard about yearning men, let me first show you something that this guy points out.
Talking about something, I want a man who yearns. No, you don't. You don't want a man who yearns, because the guy that's in your DMs right now is doing the exact same thing. Like you're fooling yourself. If a guy was yearning for you right now, you'd call it the ick, or you'd find some way to find that unattractive.
The difference between yearning and lusting is such a crucial line. Like when you're yearning for someone, there's a control factor there, and lusting is totally different. And it's obvious to me that you can't tell the difference. Because so many guys think, oh, if you just pop up into a girl's DMs, that means you, like, that shows your interest. No, not as necessarily as you think it does. And a lot of us women can get creeped out by things like that because oftentimes they don't know when to draw that line. So in order to yearn for someone, I feel like you have to establish boundaries. You have to establish a friendship. There's a level there, right? There's a level of connection already there. Lusting is just going after someone until you can get them. So yeah, if you don't know, just pick up a romance novel. I mean, there's all the popular romance novels are 9 times out of 10 is based on that.
So I posted a TikTok basically saying that everything a man does in the beginning should be considered the bare minimum, in the way that you don't get overly excited, you don't put them on a pedestal, you don't start picturing your life together and what they're going to be like as a boyfriend, and, you know, if we date this and if we date that, and, you know, you don't jump the gun. And that I advocate for my friends to have this mindset as well. And mind you, I don't have a lot of followers on TikTok. It's not like a lot of people interact with me. It's not like I'm famous, but literally only has about 53 likes, in my comments 9 different men saying I'm insufferable, saying single women keep women single, that, you know, just all these comments. And it literally makes me sad because, like, what happened to the days when, like, men loved a challenge? Men loved a challenge. Men back in the old days used to literally be trying to get a first date with your grandma for like 6 months, proving to her time and time again why they were a great guy. Really, you should go out with me. I would take care of you, blah, blah. Like, waiting 6 months, a year to get a chance to just go on a date with a girl. Just to go on a date. And maybe it's the voiceover I used, using the word bare minimum. Like, I know that gets thrown, the word gets thrown around a lot, and it upsets men because a lot of times it could be like, you know, women pushing other women to like not appreciate anything and to like, you know, just be, I guess, super unappreciative and nasty, whatever. But like, I'm sorry, can we bring back men that like yearn and like want to prove to a woman that like they're a great choice as a boyfriend, as a fiance, as a husband? Like, if I was an exceptional man and a girl told me, hey, like, I appreciate the dates and I appreciate, you know, the quality time, and I appreciate you being great with communication, and say I was just doing all the things right as a man while dating a woman. But she said, but as of right now, I'm going to consider that all the bare minimum because this is the beginning. You haven't shown up consistently like this for a long period of time yet. So I'm not going to get my hopes up extremely, extremely high. I'm going to go in open-minded, but you have to prove to me and earn my trust that, like, this is who you are. This is your character, that you're not just putting on some facade of treating me right and being invested in me, that you will be like this even when you get me, even when you have me. If I was a great man and I heard that, I'd be like, amazing. I cannot wait to prove this girl wrong. Like, I cannot wait to prove to her that I'm exactly who I say I am. This will be a walk in the park because I have no ill intentions, because I am a great guy, because I want to be with her, and it will be very easy to show her that because all I have to do is show up as myself daily, do what I'm claiming to her, and treat her how I'm claiming that I will treat her consistently. But I know that I'll do this because this is who I am. This isn't a facade. This is my character. I would have no issue with that if I was a man. I don't understand why men don't like want to earn women anymore. And this is not a financial thing, so I don't need people being like, yeah, because women, in order to give us a chance, want us to pay their rent. That's not even what I'm saying. No one's asking you to pay their rent. That's not what I'm saying. I just miss when men like really understood that pursuing a woman meant like, you know, showing her why she should date you and showing up as your best self and showing her that, hey, like, I will always try my best to show up as my best self. I don't understand why men are mad at the fact that I really want my friends to be intentional and take their time when they're dating and to not get wooed by everything in the first 3 weeks because it's the first 3 weeks. It doesn't mean I'm telling my friends, don't say thank you, don't be happy, don't be, you know, looking forward to another date with this man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling my friends, you can be excited, you can be happy, but keep in mind that this behavior has not been proven to be long-term. You don't know who he is yet. As simple as that. It's crazy. I really miss when men liked challenges, when the idea of pursuing a woman was actually pursuing a woman, when women were considered the prize, in a way where it's you work for her and you show her why she should be with you, and once you get her, you're thrilled, and you guys are in love, and you show up as who you were showing up as on the first date when you're trying to impress her. There's nothing, I think, more impressive and more exciting than a man whose character is proven time and time again to be true. That he is who he claims he is, that he does what he says he does, and instead of talking a big talk, he just shows you. Because month after month, year after year, he does exactly what he says he'll do, and he shows up exactly as he always has. There is no bigger flex than being a man with integrity and proving women wrong that may have, been hesitant in the beginning, or, nothing is more impressive than, instead of a man getting insulted by a woman, being mindful and having a little bit of a guard up, they're like, okay, this is perfect because I really like this girl and all I have to be is true and intentional with her, and that's what I wanted to do from the jump. Nothing beats that. Nothing at all. And I don't know if men realize this, but women want to be wrong. If all women could be delusional and have their hopes super high and be super excited all the time and not be a little bit more realistic and a little bit more hesitant, they would. But unfortunately, being naive is not smart. And men are so quick to jump on this app, on every app, and say, women need to pick better men. Not all men are pieces of shit. And I agree, not all men are shitty. There's great men out there. There's exceptional men out there. I've met them. But yes, women need to pick better. But then when we try to instill systems that, we're stricter with certain things, we have higher standards, then they get mad. If you're an exceptional man, a strict standard or high standards would not be a threat to you because you're an exceptional guy. A girl saying you have to earn her trust would not upset you because you'd be like, okay, easy. I'm exactly who I say I am. I'll earn it by just being myself. So can we bring back men that want to earn women and that find enjoyment in the pursuit of a woman and find true enjoyment being kind to a woman and loving her and showing her she can let her guard down? To me, I feel if I was a man, it would be such an accomplishment to know that I proved this woman wrong because I treated her consistently with kindness and respect, and I was exactly who I said I was. Such a flex. Words cannot describe how awesome it is when you meet a man that is just who he says he is, and he actually is that person, and he doesn't just say it. I don't understand why men don't get this or can't grasp it. Can we bring back true yearners? Our grandparents literally would tell us stories about how yeah, your grandpa waited 6 months to go on a date with me, and then when I did go on a date with him, I didn't see him again for another 3 months, and I didn't even answer the phone, and just crazy stuff. You don't even have to do all that nowadays. We kind of are asking for the bare minimum because my Nana was crazy. And my Nana literally didn't even say hello back to my grandpa for I want to say she told me it took him 8 months to even convince her to go on a date with him, an hour date to get a milkshake. It used to be a lot harder. You guys are lucky.
Well, the earning trust isn't necessarily having anything to do with character. It doesn't have anything to do with character. I mean, we're just talking about even getting in the door with you, right? For you guys, y'all don't, a lot of modern women, they say they don't, but then they turn around and they do. They'll sit up here And a man won't be able to talk to them because he's not tall enough, or he don't make enough money, quote unquote. Well, and then they'll say, well, you know, if I'm doing it, then he should be able to do it and all that other stuff. So you guys aren't looking for safety. A lot of you modern women, you're looking for money. You're looking for a man to replace your income, right? And you're not finding you haven't set up a system. You've set up a system to find rich men. And these rich men are saying, oh, I guess I don't need no system, because here they come, boys. Here they come. They on their way. So like the system that you guys continue to say that you set up isn't really a system where a man is going to yearn for you. He's just not. He doesn't need to. The man that you want doesn't need to yearn for you. He doesn't even need to pay you any mind, because you're going to yearn after him. You're going to yearn for him. You're going to long for him. You're going to want him. I don't need to do that. All of these women around me, I ain't gonna be the one. Good for you. Good for you. You're showing yourself you're showing some self-respect and saying, well, let me go find. But even when you say, well, I'm not gonna go for a man that all these other women are going for, let me go, instead of saying, let me go check this man out, let me go read his profile again. Because sometimes the truth is we pass on people that we should have been looking at, right? But it doesn't seem like modern women look at this rich goal. This is the best of the best, right? Oh man, I like this guy. And when looking, I'm not talking about like in real life. I'm talking about when you're looking at on your phone, you're looking on your phone and you're looking at oh man, well, he's got this. This seems like a good candidate, right? And you skip that man that's a good candidate, but maybe not as good as him. You look at that good candidate's lifestyle, and you say, see, he does this. I don't know about that. Well, let me go take a look at this other guy. Because he was a good candidate too. Y'all don't do that. Y'all try to force yourself in with the great candidate after seeing, well, maybe this ain't going to go like I think it is. And I know good and well, this ain't going to go like I think it is. It ain't going to go like I want it to go. He not going to chase after me. He not going to pursue me. He not going to give me the gifts that I want. I don't know if I should go for this guy, but you do it anyway. You do it anyway. Well, I'm just going to do it. And you think about it. You ruminate. Oh, I'm just going to do it for the plot. No, don't. The guy that you said was a good choice, but he was 5'9". Go with that guy. The guy that you might say, well, he don't make six figures, but he makes pretty good living. Go with that guy. Give that guy a chance. He's not exhibiting any red flags. At least talk to the guy. At least have a conversation with the guy. Y'all don't even be doing that. Only after years of being pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone and Jose Calderon. Pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone, do y'all say, well, it's been 5 years. I got a baby now. Maybe let me go here and see what old James is up to. Hey, James, is this James? This is Tiffany. Do you remember me? Tiffany. Yeah, what's up? And well, I know we haven't talked in a while. Yeah, we haven't talked in a while because you was going for Chad and Tyrone. You missed your chance, man. So no, I'm not going to yearn for that. I'm not going to pine after that. I'm not going to chase after and pursue that. I'm going to leave that alone, man. Hey, Tiffany, let me hit you back. My wife is calling. That's what they're going to say.